Good evening.
Good evening, Alexis. I was sure you knew. This is a private party.
Oh, I know, and I wouldn't dream of crashing it. But I was dining in the gourmet room, and I wanted to give you a very special engagement present personally.
There is nothing I want from you, Alexis.
Oh, you'll want this, dear. Interesting man, your fiancé. Let's discuss him.
Surely you understand that I'm not in the mood to discuss Garrett or anyone else with you.
And does that include his so-called first wife?
Yes, that does include Jessica.
Jessica? Ah. Well, I think that I should tell you as a friend that there never was a Jessica. That your fiancé has never been married.
Oh, good God, Alexis. Do your lies never stop?
Are you calling me a liar? Oh, I find that very amusing. Well, I suggest that you check it out with Garrett Boydston yourself, because he gives a new meaning to the word liar.
Alexis?
Yes?
I didn't thank you for your present.
It's he you should slap, dear, not I.
Sammy Joe. What are you doing? Are you crazy? Sneaking into bedrooms like some little whore? What are you talking about? You and Jeff. Oh, for God's sake. You didn't want him until somebody else did. You rotten bitch. Who gave you the right? Right? I had more right than you ever did. The ink on the divorce papers was barely dry when you just came tramping in. Tramping in? You didn't want him. Eat mud. Well, if you want him so much, you can have him. Oh, yeah? And what about next week? And next month? Oh, he's yours. I don't want him. I don't want him either. Well, if you don't want him, and I don't want him, what are we fighting for? Oh, God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to split you and Jim up. That's all right. If it wasn't you, it would have been something else. This smells good for your face. You have some more of it.
Mrs. Carrington, one more shot, please. Great.
I've been talking to an acquaintance of yours, and I wonder if you'd verify a few, well, insinuations that she made about you and Mr. Carrington.
I'd be happy to. What did this acquaintance insinuate?
That your marriage is in trouble. That you and your husband sleep in separate bedrooms. You have for the past several months.
Really?
And that he would divorce you if it weren't for your baby daughter.
I see. Well, I'd like to help you, but I'm happy to say my marriage has never been better.
Really?
Alexis.
Mrs. Carrington.
Don't you ever stop trying to screw up Blake's life and mine?
Look, you know how those reporters are.
I know how you are. Blake told me about your would-be seduction. I mean, how could you possibly think he could ever be interested in you again?
Maybe all I really need is just a little more time.
I'm not finished.
You stupid bitch! Look what you've done to this outfit!
Never seen you looking better. And by the way, Blake's mine, and you're never gonna have him.
I don't want him! You can keep him!
Claudia Blaisdell.
You obviously have something you want to talk about. Well, it's late and I can't see you now.
Well, that's too bad because I'm going to see you.
What do you want?
I want you to go back to that hearing tomorrow and retract those vicious lies that you told in court today.
Lies? Who the hell are you to call me a liar?
Someone who knows the truth. You painted a picture of Stephen as not a man, and I know for a fact that he is.
Well, that's right. The woman who taught Stephen about sex, but obviously wasn't good enough at it to land him. Well, I did, and I lived to regret it. So you're welcome to him. And as for me, taking back one word of what I said, you really are a crazy lady. Still, in or out of that place where they had you locked up.
Sammy Joe, what you think of me doesn't mean a thing. I couldn't care less. But I am going to ask you now to think about your child. How what happens in that court tomorrow could affect Danny for the rest of his life.
Which is none of your business, lady. And Stephen sure is a gutless wonder to send you here to fight his battles.
He took her out somewhere.
And Crystal?
Tommy Joe, what?
Look out! We gotta get out of here. Hurry! Oh, come on.
It's getting kind of stuffy in there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You know, Amanda, I have wanted to dance with you all night. Let's do it right here, right now.
Okay.
You know, Clay, there were times when I was really abrupt with you. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry. And I hope we can be friends from now on.
No problem there.
Clay, you get us some more drinks, please.
How about you, Amanda?
No, thanks. And you, Amanda, can run along now.
Is he your personal property suddenly?
I don't have to answer to you about anything, including the men I date. And Clay is my date tonight.
Well, I suppose you better enjoy him while you can.
What's that supposed to mean? I asked you something.
Well, here's your answer.
Well, Miss Perfection, you look like a cat on a rainy night. You pathetic little twit. You'll never get Clay, Amanda. He wants a real one, not a plastic excuse for one. I haven't finished with you yet.
Grace, I told you not to disturb me when I'm sketching these designs. Crystal, what are you doing in New York? I thought you'd flown back to Denver.
Blake had business here.
Well, if you're here to tell me that the Attorney General's office authorized a consent decree and that Blake got back Denver Carrington, I've already read the papers, thank you. And somehow gloating isn't your style.
You're right. I'm not here to gloat.
Oh, well then, perhaps you'd like to look at our new collection. We have some lovely things. Some of them might even fit you.
I've come to talk to you about a brooch you bought of mine at the auction.
Brooch? What brooch? Oh, that old thing. What about it?
I'd like to buy it back from you. It's very special to me. Blake gave it to me.
Oh, of course. It had some sloppy romantic sentiment engraved on the back, to my darling Crystal.
You knew that and you bought it.
Well, of course I didn't know it. I only realized it when I went to put it on. But...
But what?
Oh, I'm awfully sorry, Crystal. I can't give it back to you. You see, I gave it away.
You what?
To one of my maids. Well, I'm sure it was expensive, but admit it, it really did look like junk jewelry. Poor Blake never did have much taste in jewels.
How dare you, Alexis? That brooch meant a lot to me. It was very special to me. Aren't you woman enough to understand that?
Oh, I'm very much a woman, Crystal. Next time you see Blake, just ask him about our early years together. Or has he had a slip of the tongue occasionally and let a few choice tidbits slip out? Is that what's bugging you?
No, that's not what's bugging me. It's you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a husband to meet up with, a plane to catch and home to get back to. What are your plans? Then again, who gives a damn?
Alexis, what do you want? I've heard you don't care for my singing.
That's right. It's the truth that hurts.
The truth. I hope you say that when I sue you in court for libel.
Oh, you'd only make a fool of yourself, Dominique. Everyone knows that you're nothing but a second-rate lounge act.
I don't care what you say to my face, you viper. Retract this or I'll cram it down your throat.
Will you?
You bitch!
Dominic, stop it! Stop it! Get up! Get up!
Anytime you want more of the same, I'll be waiting for you.
And I'll be waiting for you to tell the world what a no-talent has-been you are.
Len, would you take care of Miss Devereaux?
Oh, I'll slap her! Slap her!
What in God's name were you doing?
I was defending the freedom of the press.
Hello, Mrs. Carrington.
Hello, Tony. Marie, could you see that my desk is pressed? Thank you.
I hope you don't mind my doing this in the kitchen. I'm doing it for the other Mrs. Carrington. She really does love to get out there and shoot.
remember the day I had that accident on Champ?
When you fell from him? Sure.
Was she shooting that day?
Gee, that was months ago. Yeah, she did shoot. I remember she decided to walk back to her studio, and I had to drive the truck into town for some supplies. I heard about what happened when I got back.
Thank you. I'll deliver that to her.
Well, now, you look as if you're armed for battle.
I am.
Oh, is it your little niece? Is that it? Are you going to shoot my heart out because I've sent her back to the boondocks where she belongs?
Stop the charade, Alexis. I know. I know what happened that day I was out riding the horse. You shot this gun. It wasn't a car that backfired. You were out shooting and you saw me riding and it was no accident.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're insane.
You were jealous. Jealous because I was going to give Blake a child. And you couldn't stand that, could you?
No, you're jealous because Fallon's had her baby, and that's made you even more paranoid. Well, I didn't cause your accident, Crystal, just as I didn't cause your barrenness. So, if you've quite finished...
I haven't. If you want a rematch, just whistle. If you can. What are you doing here, Alexis?
I came to see Fallon. I wanted to talk to her, but you've seen to that, haven't you?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a woman who has done everything in her power to alienate my daughter from me, namely you.
Alienate? That's a word they invented for you, Alexis. You've never stopped trying to destroy my marriage. And you've got your son and his father barely speaking to one another.
Is that really of so much concern to you, Mrs. Jennings? You still are, you know.
Get out of here, Alexis.
Get off your property. But it isn't really your property, is it, Mrs. Jennings?
Get out!
I know what's wrong with you. The empty-armed Madonna, mourning the baby that she couldn't have, and the baby that she almost got to adopt. Gone now. That is it, isn't it?
Oh, you miserable bitch!
Wait a minute, Alfred. Back up a bit. What the devil is going on here? Will somebody tell me? Are you going to answer me, Kristen? Are you going to answer me? Well, all right, I'll tell you something. I will not have this. No matter what the provocation is, I will not have my wife acting this way. A common brawl in a lily pond with her. Like a couple of female mud wrestlers. I won't stand for it. Do you understand?